It's quite possibly the greatest achievement of mankind.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
40 years ago, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin took the first steps on the moon.
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
It was a crowning moment for the U.S. in particular and the scientific world in general. But believe it or not, a small number of people still insist these steps took place in a soundstage and that the Apollo 11 mission was one of the greatest government cover-ups in history.
This is not a theory that they didn't go. It's an absolute fact that they didn't go.
Bart Sibrel is one of these people. In fact, he's made a number of movies on this, documenting what he says are inconsistencies that he argues shows the whole thing was a hoax.
The footage that we have shows them faking being halfway to the moon. That proves they couldn't go halfway because they're faking being halfway.
That footage is this. It's material he says shows the astronauts used cardboard to make the Earth appear farther away than it really was, thus hiding the fact that they never left Earth's orbit, never mind went to the moon.
So here's a part where Michael Collins' arm gets in front of the window.
Don't see it? Well, neither do a lot of people, and most Americans aren't buying his argument.
So I definitely think we went to the moon.
How could you not believe?
It was there. It was real, can I say.
But these folks are no experts, so we turn to a few, including one who got to circle the moon.
They were fake. We did them at Roswell. Smoke, mirrors, dry ice.
Wait, really?
No, they were pretty real as far as I know. I mean, I only know Apollo 8, and so I don't know whether Neil and Buzz actually pulled it off. It looked to me like they did.
This is no laughing matter, though, to historians. Roger Launius is a senior curator at the Smithsonian's National Air and Space Museum, and he says he's dealt with this for a while.
Look, here's the bottom line. We did indeed go to the moon.
Author Andrew Chaikin also has some pretty strong words on the non-believers, too.
They are sadly misinformed. They are indulging themselves in willful ignorance. They are an embarrassment to the great efforts of the countless men and women who made Apollo a reality.
They both have the answers on everything the conspiracy theorists can throw at them, from questions about why the flag moves, it was being planted into the ground, to why there are no stars in these pictures. The moon's surface was too bright for them to show up. But they say that perhaps the best evidence that we went there is what did not happen.
We were locked in a Cold War race with the Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union had its own space program. It was very, very capable. And it was seeking to go to the moon as well, and failed. If we had been faking this, they had both the technical capability to know that and every reason in the world to expose it. And they did it. They didn't say a word.
Of course, don't expect Sibrel to buy that.
They were blackmailing the United States, having information that proves that the moon landings are fraudulent.
So what do you do when some people just refuse to accept the truth? They say the best course of action, then, is not to do what Buzz Aldrin did to Bart Sibrel a number of years ago, but to simply walk away. Lee Powell, The Associated Press.